Generally, the chorus is going to be the most important part of any song, but also it usually is the song section that repeats the most, which puts it in danger of actually getting played out via too much repetition. So in this video, we're going to talk about one easy way to keep your chorus interesting. And be sure to stick around till the end of the video because I will give a bonus tip on another way to make sure your chorus stays interesting. So an easy way to keep your chorus interesting is to use what I call an intimate chorus late in the song. So an intimate chorus is probably exactly what it sounds like. It's just a chorus towards the end of your song where it actually is way more intimate sounding rather than big and grandiose the way presumably most of your choruses are. We'll have some examples for you to listen to if you still don't know what I mean, but basically you could think of this like if there's a chorus towards the end of the song, usually right before the final chorus where the singer is singing down the octave and maybe instead of electric guitars, it's just the singer singing with an acoustic guitar. The arrangement is really small and intimate sounding compared to the really huge arrangement that you probably had during the chorus. So your song structure might be something like verse, chorus, bridge, intimate chorus, and then final chorus. Or you might have verse, chorus, bridge, verse, intimate chorus, final chorus. And this intimate chorus has two major benefits. One is that it sets up the final chorus to be truly explosive because of the huge difference in dynamics. A lot of what makes music really interesting is in dynamic contrast. So a great way to really make a part of your song pop or sound absolutely massive is to have something really small and intimate directly before the massive part. In fact, the perceived bigness or dynamics of a song section is very often sort of dictated by the relative dynamics of the rest of the song. So if your chorus is just layered with electric guitars and you're singing really high, but the whole song is layered with electric guitars and you're singing really high, then oftentimes the chorus won't pop and it won't feel as big as another chorus, which might be smaller than that first song's chorus, but the rest of the song is really, really intimate sounding. In fact, as a general tip, a great way to make any part of your song sound bigger is really to consider where you can make your song sound smaller or more intimate. Because very often how big a song feels is not necessarily how big it is or what the dynamics of that section are, but what the dynamics of that section is compared to the other sections of the song. And while I'm not a huge fan of the phrase everything is relative, because it's not, when it comes to dynamics in music, almost everything is relative. The other major benefit of an intimate chorus is it really helps make sure that that final chorus doesn't fall flat. What we don't want is to have too many repetitions of a very similar chorus over and over, such that the final chorus feels like sort of an eye roll at that point, where people are like, ugh, the chorus again? I've heard this 4 times. It's been basically the same every time. I heard this seemingly exact same chorus 40 seconds ago, and then I heard the same chorus 40 seconds before that, and I heard this chorus even one more time 40 seconds before that. But an intimate chorus right before your final chorus doesn't just give dynamic contrast for your final chorus, but also makes it so that there's more time in between your final chorus and the previous chorus that was still a full-size chorus. You could sort of think of the intimate chorus as giving your listener more time and more of a break and a chance to actually miss the epic chorus. So one song example that utilizes this is the song Somewhere Out There by Our Lady Peace. Now this example is an intimate chorus that has a lot of build at the end of this intimate chorus. And this is a pretty full intimate chorus where it's basically the same length as the full chorus. Now there's some slight alteration to the lyrics here, but for the most part, this is a more intimate arrangement of the same chorus that we've had before, with a little bit of a different build towards the end and a slight arrangement difference. This intimate chorus is sung down the octave, which is very common, and it also has a much more sparse, more intimate arrangement, but it builds at the end, which is something that is sometimes done with these intimate choruses. And at the very end, it sort of builds to get back to that full chorus.
You're falling back to me, the star that I can see. Now you're out there. You're falling out of reach, defying gravity. I know you're out there, somewhere out there.
example would be I'm Not Alright by Sanctus Real. This again is sung down the octave, and we actually hear the acoustic guitar for maybe the first time in the song. It's certainly the first time that the acoustic guitar is prominent at all. In fact, arguably the smallest part of the entire song, or the most intimate part of the entire song, is this final intimate chorus. Also of note here, they actually only do half the chorus before bringing back the full chorus.
I'm not alright. I'm broken inside. Broken inside.
And just as a side note, the full chorus at the end is a slight alteration to the chorus previously, but that's not really something that we're touching on in this video because we're concentrating on how that final chorus really pops, partially because of the intimate chorus that directly precedes it. Now, at the beginning of the video, I promised a bonus tip on how to make sure your chorus doesn't get boring. And that bonus tip is that it's not just the second to last chorus that can be an intimate chorus, but another great and common place to have an intimate chorus is actually your first chorus. This delays the amount of time before we actually hear the fully fleshed out epic version of the chorus. And it also just reduces the amount of times that we hear the epic chorus by one. A great example of this is Barry Manilow's I Write the Songs.
I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs that make the whole world sing.
When our chorus is likely to happen anywhere from 3 to 5 times in our song, it is always going to run the risk of getting old or boring. So a great way to make sure that doesn't happen is to have an intimate chorus, most often either as the second to last chorus or as the first chorus. When it's the first chorus, then we get the second chorus as the first time that we're getting the epic or full version of the chorus. And this is a great practical way to make sure that the chorus doesn't get old or boring, and it can be a great way to really give a different flavor to your chorus, because sometimes if you're singing your chorus down the octave and it's not being belted anymore, it really gives a different emotion to the chorus. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, something else you'll likely find helpful is my free guide on 10 different ways to start writing a song. If you want to dive in right now and start writing a song and not worry about, oh, how do I start a song or how should I start the song this time, be sure to grab that. Also, it's a great way to deal with writer's block, because often I find that the real reason we deal with writer's block is because we keep trying to do the same exact process over and over. We sit with the same instrument over and over, or always start with a chord progression, or always start our song in the same way, and that usually is what causes writer's block. Great way to get over that. Simply change up how you start your song once in a while, and this guide will help you to do that. So be sure to check it out. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll talk to you in the next one.